Sports.
We are Black Horse. We are Ohio.
Summer has arrived in full force in the Queen City. Could be a battle of attrition today. Brewers and Reds will hook up in Game 3 of a 4-game weekend set here from Great American Ballpark. And hi again, everyone, with Chris Welsh, Jim Day. Welcome again to Reds baseball. The Brewers, first place in the National League Central, have won the first 2 games of this series, and the Reds need a stopper on the mound. If you look at Tyler Mahle's overall numbers in June, perhaps he's that guy today.
Well, you hope so, Jim. The only thing that bothers me about Tyler Mahle is the last couple of times out, he's pitched 11 innings total, and he's walked 8 batters. So you don't want to get into a situation where you're beginning to pitch away from contact, because in the month of June, he's been very good overall. Only allowed a couple of home runs. His strikeouts are up. But the most recent trend is I'm pitching away from contact. The other thing about Tyler Mahle, I think he's far enough along that I'd like to see Jim Riggleman give him one more inning out there. He's got 16 starts, only 6 quality starts, because a lot of times they take him out after 5 innings. Stretch him out to one more inning, and I think that that would really accelerate the learning process.
He will face Jhoulys Chacín here today. Do you want to talk about a guy that just somehow finds a way to get it done? It's him.
Well, he signed a 2-year deal. He'll be here next year for the Milwaukee Brewers. He does get it done. He did not, however, get it done very well his last time out against St. Louis. That was very un-Chacín-like, but he's a guy that keeps the ball on the ground. He's not overpowering at all. You know what the Brewers have shown us in their pitching so far is a little bit of this, a little bit of that, keeping the hitters off stride, and that's probably the way Chacín is going after it today.
We've talked about their manager, Craig Counsell, just getting the most out of his lineup, and it's somewhat of a very depleted Brewers lineup in this series, but other guys getting it done.
Well, whoever figured out the wins above replacement players are going to have to factor these guys in, because they're replacement players, and you're looking at them right here, are a whole lot better than a lot of other teams' first players. They're really getting it done against the Reds. They were 3 for 4 last night, a couple of home runs, 4 runs batted in. So, while Craig Counsell cannot go to the big names, some of these guys they've got sore backs like Braun and Yelich. They're going to go with the replacement guys, and so far so good.
When these two teams get together, well, they're playing long ball in bunches. When we come back, Jeff McCurl has that story. Reds baseball coming up on Fox Sports Ohio.
Chevy dealers. Buy Skyline Chili. Feeling good. It's Skyline time. And step up to GMC with nearly $4,000 purchase cash on the Acadia Denali when you finance through GM Financial.
Hey guys, meteorologist Brandon Orr here from Local 12. You really don't need me to tell you how hot it is. It's been hot all across the eastern U.S. and at Cincinnati, it's no exception. 93 degrees, and with that humidity, it feels more like the upper 90s, close to 100. That's going to be the biggest factor in today's game. 92 degrees by the 7th inning, and by the final out, we're down to 90. But the heat index still into the mid to upper 90s. No chance of rain, at least for today. We're adding in an isolated storm for tomorrow's game. Enjoy it right here on Fox Sports Ohio.
Hot and humid at Great American Ballpark equals home runs. There were 3 hit in yesterday's game, and when these two teams get together, look out. Over the last 2 seasons, 89 home runs hit by the Reds and the Brewers. That's the most by 2 teams in all of Major League Baseball. 12 of the 20 runs in this series have come from home runs. 8 of 14 the Brewers, 4 of 6 for the Reds. And our Elk in Elk storyline takes that even one step further with all these bombs being hit at the ballpark. The longest team home run streaks at Great American Ballpark. With a home run today, the Brewers can tie the all-time record here. The Reds hit 18 in a row back in 2010, 34 total home runs. The Brewers have 39. Reds in 07 and 09 also had 17, but the Brewers can tie the Reds with a home run today. The Reds hope that does not happen because they are looking for a win. The Brewers have taken the first 2 in this 4-game series. Tyler Mahle and his mates are up next.
Now to face the first place Brewers here on a hot, sticky afternoon at Great American Ballpark. Brewers have taken the first 2 games of this series. And here's how Craig Counsell will line them up today. Here's Brad Miller. He'll lead off once again. Eric Thames batting second. The dangerous hitting Eric Thames and the Reds killer. 3, 4, and 5 are Aguilar, Travis Shaw, Hernan Perez. Jonathan Villar gets the start at second base today. Keon Broxton still in center field. Eric Kratz behind the plate. On the mound, right-hander Jhoulys Chacín. 17th start of the season for Mahle, 21st of his career, and the second start this season against the Brewers.
Well, he had 4 starts last year, Tyler Mahle did, and he did not give up a home run in any of those 4 starts. Earned run average very good. This year is a year of learning, where the hitters learn him and he learns the other teams, and he's had a very good run of it. Still very good stage presence out there. Mahle gets it done primarily with, a fastball that is about major league average, but exceptional command of that fastball. He's got an off-speed pitch, a changeup, a breaking ball that's kind of like a slider that he'll throw in there, but mainly fastball, mainly up in the zone with good command.
And early on, home runs were a major bugaboo for Mahle. He's toned that down, but as we talked about in the open, it was 4 walks last time out, which ties a career high. In fact, his last 2 starts, he has walked 4 batters. A 6-inning outing against Detroit, last time out 5 against Atlanta. Wind up and the first pitch, and we are underway. -94-degree game time temperature. We hope you're enjoying a little air conditioning, maybe a beverage, and got us dialed up here on Fox Sports Ohio. As Mahle has fallen behind 2 balls and no strikes. Chad Fairchild, the home plate umpire. Crew chief Alfonso Marquez at first base. Roberto Ortiz at second. Bruce Dreckman at third. And you saw those shots of fans. Those fans with fans, if you will be the theme of today. Anything you could do to stay cool. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. So from 2-0 to 2-2 for Mahle. Got him. Good start for Tyler Mahle.
Came right back after a 2-0 count and threw fastball after fastball right by Brad Miller. We mentioned about Miller being a better low ball hitter. That ball was still thigh high, but Mahle has that deception where he just gives you a nice easy motion, and you can see how quickly that ball gets by the hitter. And he gets 1 up, 1 down on a punch out.
And every time Eric Thames steps into the box against the Reds, you hold your breath. Foul tip into the mid of battery made today for Tyler Mahle. It's Curt Casali. And last time Casali caught Mahle, he was very impressed, was Mahle, after the game. He said he was very comfortable throwing to Casali. 2 worked well together. And hooking up again here today. Reds need a victory.
Casali is very impressive behind the plate. I didn't really know much about Curt Casali when the Reds acquired him from down in Tampa, but he's a guy that you watch him behind there. He's very smooth with the way he receives the ball.
Drive to right.
Wouldn't you know it?
Thames has done it again. A 1-man wrecking crew against the Reds, and Superman strikes again. Goodness gracious. It is unbelievable, Eric Thames against the Reds.
It's almost like Eric Thames wills the Reds pitchers to throw him something right down the middle. I think that's a mistake pitch right here in selection. You had a 1-2 count, you're ahead right there in the count, and you didn't expand the zone with your fastball. That is Mahle's best pitch. He just got beat on his 3rd best pitch, and that's probably a disappointing thing for him.
Well, they held him in check last night, 1 for 5, and it was a single.
I mean, that's the first breaking ball he's thrown, and you're waiting to throw it against the best hitter in their ball club against the Reds. That's one that if you're going to throw it ahead in the count, you got to bounce it. But I still would like to see him run that ball up the ladder a little bit, establish his fastball the way he did against Brad Miller and the way he did against Thames earlier in the at-bat. Look at that. I mean, Aguilar is a good fastball hitter, but he just for some reason can't catch up with the heater from Mahle. I think the strategy ought to be when all else fails, then you try to trick them.
Count holds at 1-2.
Well, that gives Mahle 16 home runs given up on the year. The Reds have 4 pitchers in the top 10 in the National League in home runs given up. Luis Castillo leads the league. Homer Bailey with 18. Homer Bailey has 15. He hadn't been around in a long time. Mahle now has 16, and Sal Romano has 15.
Well, luckily for the Reds, this time it's a solo shot. It was the 3-run home run in Game 1 of this series, and now the Brewers have homered in 18 straight games at Great American Ballpark and 40 total over that span. So sandwiched around that home run is 2 punch-outs for Mahle.
Now the home run pitch that Thames got, it was a breaking ball that just kind of spun right up there. And here's the strikeout pitch. It was a fastball to Aguilar.
Two-out batters, Travis Shaw.
And I'm not suggesting that you take that slider and you stick it in your back pocket and never use it. But when you throw it up there when you're ahead in the count, you have to remember that you're ahead in the count. You're trying to expand the zone, not trying to trick them with a backdoor breaking ball or something that has a low percentage of success. That's a really nice changeup right there that he threw. Travis Shaw had him way out in front. Shaw's been dealing with a wrist problem. He's another guy I'd gas him upstairs.
Talked about this depleted lineup for the Brewers. Once again, no Ryan Braun here today. They say that he could be used in an emergency situation. Yelich is out, both with lower back tightness. Lorenzo Cain is on the disabled list. So you're talking about 3 primetime players out of this Brewers lineup. They're also without their primary setup man in the bullpen, Albers, who's on the disabled list. But still finding a way to put wins on the board.
And they may be without Josh Hader today. They don't want to overpitch him. They may be without Jeremy Jeffress, a couple of setup guys. So this is going to be a makeshift roster that Craig Counsell will have to deal with today.
2-out walk to Travis Shaw. And that'll bring up Hernan Perez. Once again, we've seen this a lot this season. A first inning pitch count for Reds pitchers. It just seems like it's always 20 plus.
Well, you know, sometimes that's bad and sometimes it's really bad, but I don't think it's anything to really worry about. What I don't like there is the fact that he walked Travis Shaw on a 3-2 slider when Shaw really didn't have very good swings on his fastball. I think sometimes you just let the scouting reports dictate too much, and it ought to be more between the pitcher and the catcher.
And reading batters' swings, which a lot of people, you talk to scouts and coaches, etc., is a dying art form in some circles.
And let's face it, after 20 starts in the major leagues, Tyler Mahle has a pretty good idea for him what works and what does not work, how he feels on a particular day. Is my breaking ball better today than it was last time? Is my fastball good? Do they seem like they're seeing it right? Those are the things that have to be processed by the pitcher and the catcher.
1-2 pitch, just punches it into right field.
Nothing you knew about that. Just protecting the plate right there, and Hernan Perez, who happened to be in that starting lineup when the Brewers beat the Reds 2-0 back when Tyler Mahle pitched against him early in the year. He had a couple of hits in that ball game, and he picks one up right here in the first inning.
So first and second now, 2 outs, and here's the switch hitting Jonathan Villar. Tangle with Mahle from the left-hand side. 258 batter, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs for Villar. First pitch breaking ball in for a strike.
As it turned out in that game that Mahle pitched against him back in April, Villar was also in that game and picked up a couple of hits. See, if you're reading swings, that last swing by Villar right there is a bad swing. He didn't see the ball. He's late on it. It tied him up. Why not throw that same pitch, but this time a little bit higher and a little bit more inside?
See what he offers up on the 0-2. Goes upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch number 30 of the inning from Mahle, and here it comes. So from 0-2 to 2-2.
Well, this is your decision pitch right here. Certainly don't want to get those base runners off and running by going full count here. So you get a decision on a 2-2 count.
Swing and a miss. 3 punch outs in the inning. Mahle strands 2, but they get a run. Reds coming up. Home run, the difference in this one so far. Reds coming up here against the Brewers, and here's how Jim Riggleman will line them up today. There's Scott Schebler. He'll lead off. Jose Peraza batting second. Votto, Jeanette, Suarez, Winker in right. Adam Duvall in left. Kurt Casale hanging the signs for Tyler Mahle.
Jhoulys Chacín, former Colorado Rocky pitcher who had some very good years with the Rockies. He was a real dominating ground ball pitcher back in the day. This year he's not getting quite as many ground balls, but he's still having a very fine season. That earned run average jumped big time his last time out as the Cardinals roughed him up.
Yeah, Chacín started June red hot, allowed 5 runs and just over 24 innings pitched. Last time out against the Cardinals, as you said, 8 runs, 5 walks last Saturday. Aguilar will take it himself. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's your forward defensive lineup for the Brewers. Around the outfield, Thames in left today. Broxton in center. Still no Yelich, no Braun. Hernan Perez in right. Shaw, Miller, Villar, Aguilar, and Eric Kratz back behind the plate. Keon Broxton had himself a night last night, not only at the plate, but in the field. One of the best catches we've seen this season. 2 home run night last night and drove in 4. And here's Peraza riding a modest 4-game hitting streak. Hot night, how about a little snow cone action? The catch went to review. It held up. And a beautiful play, Keon Broxton. Jeanette got robbed a couple times last night, and that was one of them. Counts 2-1 to Peraza. Up and down season for Peraza. He's been streaky. Started 0 for 12. And then the next month slashed a line of 330, 353, and 446. As you can see, he's reached base safely 27 of 28. Then From May 5th to May 26th, just a 159 batter. Since May 27th, 333. So it's been up and down and up and down. And right now on the good side of that. Reds would like to see that continue right on into July. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. And Peraza knew it.
And so did Chacin, as he's able to just put this ball right on the corner. That's kind of a little comeback action on it right there. A backdoor fastball. There aren't all that many right-handers that have enough movement to be able to do that, but that's a safe spot anyway. Go down and away. Even if you catch a lot of the plate, chances are you're not going to get hurt too badly with it.
Joey Votto at the plate, and off camera just exchanged a greeting with Eric Kratz. A much more friendlier greeting this time.
Well, maybe they finally did a little research about the Canadian economy.
Right.
And have come to a meeting of the minds.
It was a situation in game 1 that Votto said was blown completely out of proportion, with the benches emptying. Ground ball, diving Aguilar. Nice play. 3 up, 3 down for the Reds. We played 1-0 Brewers. Energy. The focus is Tyler Mahle. Lowest ERA by a Reds rookie in a single month since 2000. Luke Hudson, 1.33 ERA in September of 04. Leaks and Grani, Marcel on that list, and Tyler Mahle this month. So far, just a 2.30 ERA. Gave up a solo home run to who else? Eric Thames in the first. And he'll get 7, 8, and 9 here in the second. Broxton, Kratz, the pitcher, Chacin. Suarez, Votto, 1 out. And here's your 4 defensive lineup for the Reds. Around the outfield, Duvall, Schebler in center field here today. Winker in right. Typical infield outside of the catcher. Suarez, Peraza, Jeanette Votto, and Kurt Casale, battery mate of Tyler Mahle. The catcher, Eric Kratz, step in with a .293 batting average. Smaller sample size for him, 12 for 41. 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. Started in game 1 of this series. Was 0 for 3, did have a walk and scored a run. It was part of that 3-run 7th inning here on Thursday night. Who else? Eric Thames, that 3-run home run in the 7th. Swing and a miss. That is good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
God, he's got the feel of the slider right now. After giving up that home run on a hanger, he's come right back now and throws some really good ones. As you see the bottom dropping out of that pitch.
Pitcher v. pitcher now. Jhoulys Chacin. 4 for 25 as a hitter this year. 190 career batter in 300 career at-bats.
I was going to say, I remember this guy as being able to swing the bat pretty well. I may want to look up his numbers hitting against the Reds.
He has 1 career home run, 20 career RBIs in those 300 plate appearances. One-two. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back punch-outs, 5 overall for Mahle here in the second. 1-0.
Reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds.
The 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Ballot is now open and exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Reds are represented, including that guy. He's deserving of an All-Star appearance. Vote at Reds.com. Catch all the excitement of the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th live on Fox. Scooter Gennett, still first in the National League in batting average, despite hitless in his last 9 at-bats and make that hitless in his last 10 at-bats. That is the 3rd ground out to Aguilar in 4 batters.
Well, this game so far by Jhoulys Chacín looks a lot like last night's start from Chase Anderson. He got a lot of early count outs. In fact, for a run there, I think he had about 3 or 4 batters in a row where he was getting a 1 or 2 pitch out on an off-speed pitch early in the count, and really bad contact overall by the Reds.
First pitch to Suarez inside. 303 batter is Suarez. That's 8th best in the National League. Team leading 16 home runs and those 60 RBIs. First in the NL. Talked about this a lot. The 60 RBIs are impressive enough. But we add to the fact that he missed 16 games in April with a fractured right thumb, and he still leads the league in RBIs. He's been that kind of good. Popped it up. And they'll run out of room.
Well, that number of 60 runs batted in 82 games is something that the Reds fans really ought to be getting used to, because they've had that. They've had a player in each of the last 3 seasons do the same thing. 2016, Jay Bruce had 60 runs batted in 82 games. Then it was Votto in 2017, and then this year, of course, it's Suarez who leads the league. And before that, you've got to go back. They've only had 2 in 20 seasons. And that would be Brandon Phillips in 2013 and Ken Griffey Jr. in 2000. So we thank Joel Luckup for that information.
The stat man, good nugget.
Brought his computer.
Grounded through the hole and into right field, a base hit. Brewers had shifted to his pull side, and Suarez hit it where they weren't.
You know, it's funny though. I know that pitchers will buy into it because they can show you on paper how good the stats are and where the hits are going. But still, when you're Chacín and you're pitching that low and outside fastball, and that guy goes with it into a wide open hole on the right side, you can just see his shoulders drop and his head go down. Like, yeah. Oh man! 5 years ago, that's an out.
Should you always pitch to where they're playing?
I don't think so. I think that what they've been able to do is to accumulate a lot of data over the last few years, and you know, there's all different types of pitching, you know, and you just have to chalk up those base hits, seeing eye base hits, whether there's a defender there or not. You know, the pitchers never remember the one where, you know, they hit it right into the shift. Somebody hits a sizzler and it turns into a 5-3 put out with the third baseman way over there in right field somewhere.
Yeah. Last 10 games, he has turned up the wick. Hitters count at 2-0. I'm not even sure I'll call that a throw over. That was more of a toss over to Suarez, who was all
by the catcher.
Was all of 1 steal in 1 attempt this season. 2-1. Two-one offering from Chassin. And it's 3-1. Should be an easy play for Thames, although fighting the sun off, and that'll be a theme as we get later into this game. As the Sunfield left and center here, which we normally see at the beginning of 7-10 games, when we get in the later stages of this one, it'll be a major factor, as well as the shadows.
And that's why you want to get your runs early.
Two-out batters, Adam Duvall. And the Brewers will shift around to Duvall's pull side. It's a 201 batter, but 12 home runs and 46 RBIs. That four-man outfield rotation. Today, the odd man out is Billy Hamilton. And with that in mind, the pitcher spot is 9th here today. Hamilton's in the lineup. He's been hitting 9th, the pitcher 8th. So right now, the 8-batter Kurt Casale on deck, should we get there. Two balls and a strike. Vincent Chassin. Remember him a lot in Colorado, 2009 to 2014. Spent 2015 in Arizona. 2016 he split between Atlanta and the Angels. And last year pitched with San Diego.
And had a very good year with San Diego,
Yeah.
and that's what got him a 2-year deal back in December with this Brewer ball club.
13-10 record last year with the Padres, 3.89 ERA and a career high 32 starts. Two-two pitch.
Well, we're going to show you the shift right now. You see VR, the second baseman, he shifted over there just right behind second base. The reason you do that is because you see these numbers right here. This is where the ball is hit most of the time by Adam Duvall. This is going back the last 100 balls that he has put in play. These are some of the things that teams look at when they begin to make decisions about defense.
Popped up behind the plate and out of play.
We're going to show it to you again because there are teams of analytics people in every organization who are working deep beneath in the bowels of the stadium in a computer room. And they study these things over and over again to make sure that, you know, you just don't shift, but you actually shift to certain spots. I think it's very interesting.
And we talk about a spray chart. You've heard that term. That's sort of what you see, although they have it on paper in the dugout. Swing and a miss. Hit, a man left. We played 2. One-run game at Great American. Team continues on Big Fox. Isco and Spain face off with Russia at 9 a.m., followed by Croatia and Denmark. Catch all the action on Fox or stream it live on the Fox Sports app. I tell you, the World Cup, when you go into the clubhouse nowadays, the Reds clubhouse, that bad boy's on every day. There are a lot of soccer fans on this Reds team. And leading the way in that department would be Suarez and Peraza. France and Uruguay, winners today. And there are some other players. I talked to Jared Hughes, and he said, I was sort of into it, but now that he's been on in the clubhouse every day, he says he's totally locked in on it now. Top of the order here, and it's Brad Miller. And a 2-1 count to Miller, who struck out swinging his first time up. Decision pitch again. Here comes. And no decision rendered. We'll do the 2-2 again. Get the kryptonite out. Superman's on deck. Casale will step out and complete the strikeout and the 2-3 put out. 6 of them now for Malley.
Well, he got a lot of his strikeouts early in the ball game on that fastball, and now he begins to go to that breaking ball. He's got a nice feel of it, good release point going.
All right, let's see how Malley and Casale handle Thames here. Solo home run his first time up. Now 14 career home runs in 22 games.
Same count that Thames took Malley deep on his first time up.
Count holds in 1-2.
You know, Thames, we've talked about it before, how he spent a lot of time over in the Far East playing in the Asian leagues. And he credits himself as that's where he learned how to hit the breaking ball. And that was the fastball that we talked about that I wish I had seen in the first inning against Eric Thames. He didn't like the call, but it was right there. Chad Fairchild rings him up. I think, folks, you forget our box tracks right there. We had a little computer malfunction. That pitch was on the plate.
And here is big Jesus Aguilar. Strikeout victim his first time up. That one barely misses downstairs, and it counts 2 balls and no strikes. Had him out in front.
Right now, Tyler Malley's doing his best Chase Anderson impersonation. Very similar in the styles. Kind of an exploding fastball went up. Anderson had a great changeup last night. And right now, Aguilar really doesn't know what to look for.
Right at the knees. Malley working so quick that Aguilar called timeout and got it from Chad Fairchild. It's about as fast as you can get the ball back from the catcher and ready to throw. And Aguilar slowed it down. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out and struck out the side. 8 of them now for Malley. Sign during today's game. Stephanie Holden from Independence, Kentucky is going to get the brand new Tundra on display here at Great American Ballpark thanks to your Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Toyota dealer, Stephanie Holden. Good luck. The 8 batter, Kurt Casale, will lead it off for the Reds here in the third. Casale has a hit in 3 straight games, and it is a small sample size, but he has impressed people behind the plate and with the bat. Seen him hit a lot of line drives into the gap. Can't hold up here. That is Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief, who rings him up. And that'll bring up Chacin's counterpart, Tyler Malley, who bats him as he throws him. Malley 2 for 23 as a hitter this season. No home runs and no RBIs. In fact, still seeking his first major league RBI. The 0-2. Shaw, 2 outs. Two-out batter will be Scott Schebler, and so far for Chacin, he's been able to handle a hot day at Great American. Reds have 1 hit against him as he's made it 1 time through the order. It's the 5th career start for Chacin at Great American Ballpark. 5th career appearance. An 0-2 record and a 4.67 ERA in his career here at Great American. And last 2 games, not what he's looking for and what the Reds are looking to continue. He pitched here on April the 30th, we talked about earlier. 4 1/3 innings, gave up 4 earned runs. The Brewers were able to win that game 6-5. Part of a 3-game sweep, and the Brewers have owned the matchup this year. They're now 7-1 against the Reds this season after last night's victory. Still 2.5 games clear of the Cubs in the National League Central are these Milwaukee Brewers, and right now the 48-33 record is tops in the National League. Chacin has been efficient as well. Just 38 pitches, 2 outs into the third, and Kratz and Chacin are having trouble getting on the same page. The old number 3.
I think Shashin was already in the process of throwing the baseball by the time Kratz got that ball or got his signal down.
Payoff pitch. They walked him. 2-out walk to Schebler, second base runner of the afternoon for the Reds. Strikeout to walk ratio, second lowest in the National League. Peraza struck out looking his first time up. Batting average sitting at .272, 4 home runs, 23 runs driven in. Showed you Chacin's strikeout to walk ratio. When you look at the guy he's facing, Peraza's plate appearances per strikeout, he leads the National League. There goes Schebler, and the ball is hit in the air. 3 defenders converging, and it's the center fielder Broxton who calls him off. 1 left. We played 3. 1-0 Brewers. 8 strikeouts for Tyler Mahle so far. And it's been a while since we've seen that through the first 3 innings.
Well, you got to go all the way back to 1964 when Jim Maloney did it against the Giants. Maloney in that ball game ended up with 12 strikeouts, pitched 6 innings, and the Reds won that ball game, in case you're wondering, 5-3 over the Giants.
Probably a little hot out in Fresno right now. Jim Maloney might be curled up to the TV and watching Reds baseball right now.
He watches a lot.
Yeah. Two-0 pitch to Travis Shaw, and it's 3-0. Mahle surrendered 1 walk so far through 3. It was to this guy, Shaw, in the first. Drive deep and bending foul.
I don't think Travis Shaw could hit a ball harder than that.
Ball was smoked.
I mean, looking fastball 3-0, you're going to get it 90% of the time, and this is right down the middle.
And he walked him. Second time that Shaw has drawn a walk today.
Must be something about local guys and Reds pitchers walking them, because Ian Happ, you know, even though he's not from Cincinnati, went to the University of Cincinnati, and the Reds just walked him seemingly every other time he came to the plate. And of course, Travis Shaw's from right up the road, ended up going to Kent State University for college.
He walked him 3 times last night.
Exactly.
5 in the series now for Shaw. Line drive. 1 out. Jeanette went down and got it. And that'll bring up Jonathan Villar. Villar, one of the 8 strikeout victims his first time up. It ended the first, as Mahle stranded 2 in the first. The run, if you're just joining us, a solo home run by Eric Thames in the first. 65 pitches now for Malley. 1 out into the 4th. Busted him up and in, and the count's 1-2. And that's where Malley likes to live with that fastball. Upstairs. Two. Suarez, Peraza both fighting off the sun, and it's Suarez that makes the catch. 2 outs. Thanks to Coca-Cola, the July 2nd through the 4th series. Got a $12 ticket package. You can receive a voucher for a free regular hot dog and a 16-ounce fountain drink. Plus, fireworks after both games on the 3rd and 4th. It's the Great American Deal. Today you can get it at reds.com/deal. Remember, this great deal is only available through this ticket package. $12 deal. A dog and a drink and some fireworks. Ken Broxton has certainly made the most of his recall from AAA on Tuesday, and making the most of Christian Yelich being out of the lineup. And this is a guy that appeared in 143 games with the Brewers last year, including 113 starts in center field. He's been one of the odd men out this year when they acquired Lorenzen, Kane, and Yelich, and down he goes on strikes. 9 of them through 4 innings for Tyler Malley.
And since this is my first year with the Reds, I'm taking advantage of all of the activities they have to offer, including sliding into Ohm this morning. Let me tell you what, guys, no shoes, no problem at the office this morning. But Jim, I've got a question for you. Did I earn myself a segment on Jim Day with Jim Day?
You know what? If it's not yoga, yes. That is a good look for you. That would not be a good look for me, Shannon. I do not have the physique to pull it off. I'm being told in my ear that that's how you get the physique. I understand. I get it.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. I'll start trying to mix in a salad. Then we might go to walking. I've literally turned into everything I used to make fun of. You know, when you're younger, you used to make fun of older people that were walking, and you're like, how's that working out? Now, I get it. I understand. Votto shoots it through for a base hit. Votto was 1 for his last 14. He snapped an 0 for 12 here last night.
Well, he pulled the ball very hard his first time up, and he grounded it right to the to the first baseman. This time, the hole on the left side with the shift the Brewers are putting on Joey Votto.
We talked about Scooter Gennett's struggles against his former team. Coming into this series, he had a 10-game hitting streak, but 0 for 9 with 2 strikeouts so far in this series. And last year struggled against him as well. Shannon Ford looked like she fit right in to yoga. And I got to say, Chris Welsh, I think you would as well.
I did a little yoga this morning.
In the driving range?
Exactly.
Getting in touch with your inner golf soul?
My inner wedge.
That would be driving into Ohm.
Okay.
And how about a line drive base hit? Scooter Gennett. Votto on his way to third. Here comes the throw to third, and he's a dead duck. Trying to go first to third, and a strike from Hernan Perez to Travis Shaw to cut down Votto.
I think there are times when you want to be a little more aggressive than others. I'm not so sure that this is the time you do it. Hit very hard. Perez comes in here, and he's got a good arm. Votto's not the swiftest of runners, but he's going to try to put it on the defense right here. And unfortunately, a good throw by Perez, and he's out by a long shot. Never really even made it to the bag.
No.
First out at third.
One of the cardinal sins of baseball.
And it's not, you think about it ahead of time. You're asking yourself a lot of different questions. All right, where am I going if the ball is hit here? How hard does it have to be hit? How good is that right fielder? What kind of arm does he have? How big of a lead do I have right here?
Gennett made it to second on the throw, so it's a single, and he advanced to second on the throw.
I mean, look at it this way. If Perez throws that ball offline and Votto's safe, you got runners at third and second, and you're really in business. And with the Reds and their inability to score runs against this Brewers pitching staff, you know, I can see why Votto wanted to push it a little bit. I'm just not so sure that was the right time to do it.
Venezuela versus Venezuela here. Suarez had told me he doesn't like to face pitchers from Venezuela. There's such a tight bond between players that hail from Venezuela. And they're usually talking smack amongst each other. And he would just prefer not face another pitcher from Venezuela. Although when you do get to a guy, you better believe he'll remind him of it. Long look in. Kratz and Chacin again taking a while to get on the same page. That'll happen more with the guy at second base. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Back is Gennett, but a strikeout of Suarez. Fourth overall for Chacin. 2 outs in the inning.
You know, Chacin is a guy that would really prefer that you hit the pitch rather than swing and miss, although he does get his fair share of strikeouts. Got really good sink on that fastball.
Chacin wasn't sure what to do. He almost caught that ball coming back from Kratz. But obviously recognized that it had a little giddy up on it, and it was a throw down to second base. 2 out batters, Jesse Winker. Something in the infield that's shining out towards second base.
What, a wrapper maybe?
Yeah, that Winker.
Candy wrapper?
It's in the eye of Winker, and he wants it picked up. And Roberto Ortiz will oblige.
Of course, on a baseball field, it wouldn't be a candy wrapper. It would be a sunflower seed bag.
There's the one difference when I sit up here as opposed to downstairs. I've grown accustomed to the old sunflower seeds down in the camera well. Were you a sunflower seeds guy?
Not too much.
Not too much? I wasn't either.
Well, up here you have full access to the buffet, so I can see why you like it. We all do.
Yeah. We'll get back to that mixing in a salad part. And in your honor, you know I'm going to mix in a kale salad one of these days.
Okay.
0-2 to Winker. Chacin was on his way to the dugout.
And I think Winker was kind of backing up on his way as well. I think everybody in the ballpark except the home plate umpire thought this was strike 3.
Not sure where that one missed, but Winker has new life.
Well, you get a little mulligan right here if you're Jesse Winker, and you try to make the best of it. Drive a run in and tie this ball game up.
Strike 3 called, and he calls one way inside. Makeup call, perhaps. 1-0 Brewers. Cincinnati Reds baseball on Fox Sports Ohio is brought to you by Cincinnati Children's, ranked number 2 in the world now, the nation, excuse me, by U.S. News and World Report, and by your local Ford dealer. Ford, go further. That's a big boy boat right there, racing down the Ohio.
I wonder if that boat has a disco ball on it, like Bronson's boat used to have.
And Bronson, there's a party going on that boat. Just a few parties over the years on Bronson's boat. I would have liked to have been the friend that was in charge each year of bringing that bad boy up from Florida.
I think it was like a 2.5-week trip.
Yeah. And actually, you know, had to wind your way through, as we're landlocked here, obviously. Down goes Kratz. 10 of them now for Malley. We are 1 out into the 5th and 1 away from some za.
Well, this is the best breaking ball we've seen him have all year long by far. I've always thought, really until today anyway, that his best off-speed pitch is the changeup and then the slider. But he's having one of those days where that breaking pitch is just snapping right off there.
His career high in strikeouts is 11. And he's 2 strikes away from that, perhaps, with the pitcher in the box.
Boy, he is getting it and going, too.
You're not kidding. Chacin says, no problem.
An 0-2 changeup to the pitcher.
And right down the heart of the plate at that. The fastball is that good. An 0-2 changeup, particularly against the pitcher, will raise a few eyebrows.
I got to check and make sure that was a changeup and not a breaking ball that just kind of hung up there. It was a slider. It looked like a changeup because it was a slider that didn't break.
A little cement job up there. Cement mixer job, I should say. He's falling behind. 2 balls and no strikes here to Miller. Drive to left center field. This one is to the wall. They're going to have to hold up the pitcher Chacin at third base, but a 2-out double by Miller, and it's second and third, 1 out. Excuse me, 1 out in the inning.
Well, Miller's got some power. We talked earlier about all the home runs that he hit down in Tampa Bay a couple of years ago, and he finally is able to go with that pitch. Malley gets it down into his hitting zone, and he finds the gap in left center field.
Base open at first. Will they pitch to Eric Thames? The answer is no. And I know there are probably those out in Reds country right now saying, finally, let's not pitch to him.
Well, dangerous, you know, when you walk Thames, it's not like the next guy coming up is a patsy. Jesus Aguilar is having one heck of a year. In fact, they're talking about him in circles of, you know, possible MVP. So that's the kind of hitters he's having right now. But Jim Riggleman basically going with the odds.
.329 hitter this month, 10 home runs and 24 RBIs. So you're walking a guy to get to that. You better believe a hitter like Aguilar, who's an aggressive hitter, when they walk the guy ahead of you, in his mind right now, it's go time. And look at those numbers, career bases loaded.
Well, he's had 2 cuts right there. Now Malley's ahead 0-2. This is where you expand the zone a little bit. He's going to be very anxious, Aguilar is. And maybe Tyler Mahle can roll up his 15th ground ball double play of the season, get him out of the inning.
.02 pitch, swing and a miss. Mahle ties his career high with his 11th strikeout. A big out here in the 5th.
Well, he goes with the slider again, and this one is a good one. Good spot right there. You expand the zone.
Nice block by Casale with a runner 90 feet away. And here's Travis Shaw. He's walked both times up, but nowhere to put him this time. With 11 strikeouts, indeed that pitch count climbing up there. Now at 87 for Mahle.
See, the way Mally's throwing the ball today, I don't think he's really putting any stress on his arm at all. I mean, he's 2 outs into this inning, so if you can get out of here by getting Shaw in this at bat, you'll keep your pitch count right around 90, give yourself at least 1, maybe even 2 more innings. I mean, he's just rocking and firing right now. I mean, 10 years ago, you wouldn't even be talking about a pitch count. All of a sudden, it's become relevant now that the athletes are bigger and stronger. Go figure.
Count holds at 1-2. Two and two.
Okay, one thing Shaw does a nice job of, at least he has it against the Reds, is he doesn't chase a lot of breaking pitches down. That was a nice pitch by Mahle, a little teaser pitch right there. Now I imagine that Casale and Malley will be going back now to that high fastball, which is really his main bread and butter.
Bases juice, Malley v. Shaw.
Ring him up.
Strike 3 called. A new career high for Tyler Malley, his 12th punch out of the game, and he keeps it at a 1-run game.
Yes, he rips it. Is it high enough? It's going to be gone. Adam Dunn has done it again. That's done and gone. Look out, Dunner. They're waiting for you at home.
That was Today in Reds history, brought to you by Geico. Now, a big month coming up for the Reds alum Adam Dunn. Starting tomorrow and throughout the month of July, the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum will be giving out this bobblehead. And right after the All-Star break, Adam will be inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame right here in the plaque room. Guys, back up to you.
Looking forward to that, Shannon. And that day at Great American Ballpark was one of the most exciting moments that we've seen in this yard. The Reds rallied big time. Dunner. Conference call with Adam Duvall when he was talking to the media about being inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame. He said that was his most exciting moment in a Reds uniform, what we just saw.
That home run?
Yep.
George Grant sure sounded excited, didn't
man.
he? What a great call.
Yeah.
Place was going crazy.
It really was. That was one of those that just came out of nowhere. That comeback. In pure Adam Dunn fashion, on that same conference call, he said after that game they were trying to hurry out of the clubhouse. He was trying to get all his media obligations done because they were going to see Nickelback with Rob Butcher. And they were trying to hurry on out of there so they could go to the Nickelback concert.
Amazing what you remember.
Priorities. Hey, I'd like to talk about the most exciting moment in my Reds career, but got to go to the concert now. Catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye. We're gone. Tyler Malley right now with 12 strikeouts and limiting this Brewers team to 1 run is got to be saying to himself, boys, how about a run?
That's a
lead off base runner Adam Duvall draws the second walk off of Chacin. And here's Kurt Casale. Kratz will go out and talk to his right-hander. We will finish up this 4-game set here tomorrow afternoon. Another afternoon affair, although the typical 1:10 start time on a Sunday. Matt Harvey will get righty Freddie Peralta. It's going to be interesting to see Freddie Peralta because he's kind of taken the league by storm early on in his major league career here in 2018. And then the Reds will welcome in the White Sox for 3. Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. And it will be a night game on July 4th. Typically you see day games on July 4th, but we'll do it under the lights on Wednesday. It'll be Castillo, DeSclafani, Romano against the White Sox. I think the Reds will hit the road for a long one leading up to the All-Star break. Trip through Chicago, Cleveland, and St. Louis. A very tough part of the schedule right now. Kurt Casale struck out his first time up. Looking even further down the road of the schedule, we talked about a tough stretch. It's the beginning of a very tough stretch. 42 after the Reds play the White Sox. 42 of 50 are against teams that currently have a winning record. 42 games out of 50 against teams 500 or above. So after walking Duvall, he falls behind 2-0 to Casale, does Chacin. 3-0.
Boy, all of a sudden it has just completely gone away from Jhoulys Chacin. They've already had a trip out to the mound. Derek Johnson was out there after that leadoff walk.
Maybe running the bases winded him a bit.
You know, you're wondering about that.
3-0 pitch, and he gets a strike.
You know, you can't say that it really wears you out or makes you winded, but it takes you out of your rhythm sometimes, especially when you spend, you know, basically the entire inning out there.
So for 3-0 to 3-2. For now, Tyler Mahle is standing in the on-deck circle. We'll see what the situation dictates. Drive and foul.
Well, Mahle's not coming out of this ball game. Number one, there's nobody up in the Reds bullpen. Number two, I mean, he's got a lot left in him, but I don't think you can go down there to the bullpen right now and get anybody in here that you feel as good about taking them out in the sixth as Mahle's been so far. Nonchalant snag.
Very nice.
Just in case they decide to start the runner here on a 3-2 count, which is
typical.
A big possibility.
Yep. There goes Duvall. And he'll have to come back. Do the 3-2 again. There goes Duvall again. And another foul ball down the left field line. Duvall's getting a workout. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Throw down to second.
Ball four.
Ball four. Back-to-back walks here in the inning, and here comes Tyler Mahle, who will most certainly be butting these guys over.
You couldn't set up any better, really, for the Reds. You walk the number 7 and the 8 hitters in this lineup to bring the pitcher up. So we'll see how the Brewers will play it and how aggressive they will be trying to play it. I'm not so sure that Aguilar's one of these really athletic first basemen that's going to come charging hard and firing that ball over to Travis Shaw. But nonetheless, Mahle wants to get that ball right down the third base line right here, make that third baseman field it.
Mahle has 3 sacrifices this year. Pulls it back and looks at strike 1.
This is where, you know, if you're a pitcher up there bunting, everybody in the ballpark knows you're going to bunt. Move all the way to the front of the batter's box and get right on top of the plate to make sure that you can reach that breaking ball that he throws to you.
Gets it down, but foul.
Now they had the swing play on that time, which means the shortstop's job was to try to beat the runner to the third base bag and have Travis Shaw, the third baseman, charging hard. This is when you feel a little pressure as a pitcher up there to bunt. You know how bad it looks when you don't get it down.
And you have
You're down 1-0 in this ball game. You could help yourself in such a huge way by just getting the bunt down.
Gets it down, and a beauty. No one at first base. Oh my goodness. A blunder by the Brewers. Aguilar, the first baseman, was charging, and nobody home.
That's going to go as a base hit. The official score has no other choice. The ball was not misplayed by anybody. It was just a mental lapse on the part of Aguilar right there to come in, and the second baseman's covering second. The shortstop's on his way to third. The third baseman's charging, and Craig Counsell's thinking, I'm just one player short in that infield. Maybe I should have brought in the right fielder.
Well, we saw the Reds make a major defensive gaffe last night, and they paid for it. Let's see if the Reds can make the Brewers pay for a defensive gaffe.
Well, you're looking for you're hunting a fastball first pitch here if you're Scott Schebler.
Right on the inside corner for strike 1. Schebler 1 for 2 here today. Walked his last time up. Nowhere to put him this time, though. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Bases loaded this season. Boy, are those good numbers. We saw those grand slams, including 4 in a 10-game stretch. Oh, 2 pitch. Count holds right there. Into center field. Broxton has it, but deep enough for Duvall to tag up and tie the game at 1. will start anew at 1, and the Reds hope they're not done here in the 5th.
Good at bat by Schebler. You know, he's a guy that has struggled with the bases loaded, but he got a pitch after fouling one off, a really tough one. Got one that he could drive into the outfield. That's really all you're trying to do right there.
RBI number 31 for Schebler. One and one. Number 19 on deck.
You see what they're trying to do with Peraza. They're trying to go away. He has a tendency to roll over sometimes on that pitch, take it the other way, and he hit some weak ground balls. They know he's very quick on the inner part of the plate. That's where his power is too. So 3 breaking balls in a row to him so far.
Waits back and fouls it back. Pitch at 79 on the gun. Two-two pitch. Play is only at second base. The throw offline. They get Malley, but on what could have been a double play ball, the ball was hit slowly, and Peraza can run. Do get the sure out at second base. So now first and third, 2 outs, and here's Votto. That will at least get Malley back to the dugout and give him a little bit of a breather. He would like a long breather. A little 2-out bingo. How about it?
Uncharacteristic chasing a pitch out of the zone on the first pitch for Votto. You hardly ever see him do that. And he's talking to himself a little bit.
Check swing and a foul ball.
You know, we showed you earlier the shifts and then the hitting zones. This is a very interesting way to present it. Joey Votto hits most of the pitches, and these are mostly ground balls that we're talking about. But in this area right here is where it is. And you've got 2 defenders right there that the Brewers are waiting. And that's why they're playing him that way. Give him the third base line, and it'll give him that spot over on the right side of the infield.
Per usual, Joey will choke up a little more with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Thames has got it. And the Reds will strand 2, but they tie it up at 1 here at Great American. O'Malley's been nearly unstoppable here today. 12 strikeouts, a new career high, the most by a Reds pitcher overall this season. We're looking at the all-time single game strikeouts by a rookie. Gary Nolan in 1967 with 15 in a game. Sammy Ellis Rysell with 13, and Tyler Mahle 12, and he hopes counting, as he'll get Hernan Perez, VR, Broxton here in the 6th in a brand new game tied at 1.
Yeah, really interesting how Mahle has pitched today. He's developed a really good release point for his breaking pitch, but he's still a guy that early in the count kind of throws that get-ahead fastball at 91. Then by the time he finishes batter off, that pitch is up to about 96. I mean, there just are only a handful of pitchers out there that can add that much to their fastball. And for a young guy to be able to figure that out, it's amazing.
Once again, Chad Fairchild grants a hitter a timeout mid-windup. That's how quickly Mahle works. Full count. David Hernandez warming up in the Reds bullpen. Happy 94th birthday, Dorothy Wilcox from Oxford, Ohio. Dorothy, hope you're having a great birthday. 94 years young. Thank you for being a Reds fan. Suarez double clutched it, not in time.
I don't think he reached in there and he couldn't get the handle. You see it bobbling around in his glove right there, and rarely ever happens to Suarez. That's an error on a routine ball.
A nonchalant, slow roller.
Yeah, I think the effort was there by Suarez, but that's one reason why infielders wear these very small gloves out there to reduce the number of times that ball will spin around inside the glove. Once you get it in the pocket, usually there's only room for the baseball. Tough break there for the Reds. Suarez usually sure-handed. Trouble.
Left field and trouble, as you said. This will go to the wall. They're going to wave around the runner. Relay throw to the plate, not in time. It gets away and past Mahle and all the way to third base is VR. So the air comes back to bite the Reds, and just like that, the Brewers get a 1-run lead back.
Good bidding by VR. Let's start right there because he goes with this pitch very nicely. The pitcher was moving away from him. He keeps it fair down the left field line. Goes on one hop right to the base of the wall. And Perez can fly. I mean, he's coming around third base, and he scores the first run to put the Brewers up by a run, and then VR ends up at third. Reds will bring the infield in.
So the Reds did get one in the 5th, but missed a pretty big opportunity to blow open a big inning.
They did.
And here, an error comes around to score. Count is 1-1 to Keon Broxton. 0 for 2 here today. Ground out, strikeout. Pitch number 104 for Malley. Double barreled action. Nope, now David Hernandez has sat down. It is just left-hander Kyle Crockett up for the Reds. Hernandez was warming up earlier this inning. Infield playing in, and the runner will stay at third. 1 out. And here's catcher Eric Kratz.
This is a good opportunity right here for Tyler Malley to get out of this inning with no further damage. He's handled Kratz both times, gotten ahead of him early in the count, put him away with sliders for a couple of strikeouts. And after that, you'll see a pinch hitter.
Brewers do have Braun and Yelich on the bench, but we believe Yelich would only be in an absolute emergency situation today, along with Braun. They have lefty Eric Sogard, Orlando Arcia, and the other catcher, Manny Pena.
Well, Chachin is going out to the on-deck circle, but that's all for show. And what you just said, Jim, is probably what's going through the minds of Pat Kelly and Jim Riggleman in the dugout, the Reds dugout, trying to figure out, all right, well, we know they didn't start, but who's available? And who would be the batter that Counsell sends up there?
Well, with the lefty Crockett warming up, you would think that they're betting on Eric Sogard.
Yeah.
Although Hernandez is now, looks like he's just ready. He stopped throwing, but he's ready to come in the game. He still has his glove on and baseball in hand.
Well, as warm as it is, takes you about 4 or 5 throws, and you're ready to go.
Some stirring around down there. Ryan Braun. He always wears that protective gear, and now he's.
And there's Sogard with the helmet on, though. You see him. So.
We'll see. Gamesmanship. Oh, diving stop by Jeanette. Run is going to score, though. Terrific effort by Jeanette, but running on contact from third base. And scoring is Villar, and it's 3-1. And now with nobody on, Chacin's going to hit for himself. No balls and 2 strikes. Bad hop and over the glove of Jeanette. So Chacin will be running the bases here again.
Well, he goes with a pitch on an 0-2 count right there, and it just takes a bad hop on Scooter Jeanette, goes off his forearm and up into right field.
That hit the lip of the grass, it looked like. And that's going to be it for Tyler Malley. 113 pitches. Lefty Brad Miller due up. Here comes Kyle Crockett, and our Skyline Chili call to the bullpen. Game tomorrow for Sign Sunday. Make signs to support the Reds and your favorite player and be part of the Reds live telecast. Well, Chacin reaches on the air, and he's been lifted for a pinch runner. It's Orlando Arcia. So you can close the book pitching-wise on Chacin. And new pitcher for the Reds, Kyle Crockett, to face Brad Miller. We saw Crockett here last night. He worked 2/3 of an inning. 2 hits, 2 earned runs. And it was part of that 5-run ninth by the Brewers as they blew open the game and rolled to an 8-2 victory. Strike 3 called, so Crockett comes in and gets the job done, but the Brewers get 2 and lead 3-1.
Continue their series. Coverage again tomorrow of that game. Get started at 12:30 with Reds Live. Get a Fox Sports Ohio streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Swing into summer. It's presented by Click It or Ticket. You know, we already saw our Geico moment. Adam Dunn hitting that grand slam. This day, very special day back in 1970. Riverfront Stadium opened, guys. 51,050 in attendance. Atlanta Braves beat the Reds 8-2. Pat Jarvis, the winner. Remember this guy? Jim McLaughlin took the loss. Gentlemen.
First pitch swinging. Scooter Jeanette shoots one the other way for a leadoff base hit off of new pitcher for the Brewers, Taylor Williams. So Scooter 2 for 3 here today. Orlando Arcia, who came in to pinch run, stays in the game. He's at shortstop. Righty Taylor Williams, 0-2 record, 2.43 ERA. The bullpen that's been very, very good for Craig Counsell. They entered today's play with a 2.72 ERA from the relief corps, second best in the National League. Strikeouts per 9 innings first. With guys like Josh Hader and Jeffress and Knebel, you'll have a lot of punch outs.
Well, Knebel is available obviously today, but I'm not so sure that Jeffress nor Hader are in the plans for Craig Counsell, so that may give the Reds here an edge while they try to figure out, the Brewers that is, how to get to the 9th inning.
See the shadows just starting to creep over home plate.
Explosive fastball there from Williams.
That's going to fall in front of the right fielder. A base hit for Suarez. So single to begin the 6th for the Reds.
Well, I can't say either of those hits were hit especially hard, but they both drop in front of the outfielders, and the Reds have something going. Both hits opposite field hits. Good things happen when you put the ball in play.
Suarez and Jeanette now 2 for 3 here this afternoon. Couple of singles each. And here's Jesse Winker looking for his first hit of the afternoon or early evening. Ball goes back to the backstop, and both runners move up. So the tying runs in scoring position.
Williams, a young guy, maybe trying to throw that breaking pitch a little bit too hard and holds on to it just a fraction of a second too long, and it goes all the way to the backstop. He had a cup of coffee in the big leagues last year. He's had a really good run of it this year. 29 games, 30 innings. And it's been a long time since he's given up some runs.
Two and 0.
Williams is a young man we talked about that grew up in Vancouver, Washington, enrolled in college in Washington, and then played in the New England Collegiate League. And that's where he played with a couple of teammates who were students and ball players at Kent State. So they said, "Hell, you ought to come to Kent State. We love it there." And he decided to transfer from Washington to Kent State. That's where he ends up getting drafted, and here he is as a teammate of Travis Shaw, who also went to Kent State.
Floats one in there at 83 for a strike.
I'm not really sure what pitch that was. It looked like it was a breaking ball that actually was rising up in the strike zone.
Still a hitter's count at 2-1. 3-1. Swing and a miss, a big cut.
He's got a lot of confidence in that breaking ball. He drops it on Winker with a 3-1 count. It's an unusual kind of a pitch. It's a breaking ball that kind of looks like it goes up a little bit, has the effect of a changeup, it has a spin of a slider.
And Winker late on it. 3-2 pitch.
And another one.
He walked him. First base open. But now all kinds of business brewing. Bases loaded, nobody out. And here comes Derek Johnson, pitching coach for the Brewers. Brewers got one in the first. Eric Thames home run. Reds finally tied it in the fifth. Sacrifice fly RBI Scott Shedler. Could have got a lot more. And the Brewers get two in the sixth. The Reds trying to come back again. First time Duvall facing Williams in his career. First pitch swinging. Coming in to get it is Perez, and not deep enough for Jeanette to try it. A big out for Williams.
Disappointing at bat right there for Adam Duvall, no doubt. First pitch swinging, gets a fastball, but Williams was able to get that ball in on him a little bit.
Jim Riggleman's going to make a move here. Kurt Casale is due to bat, and he's going to bring Tucker Barnhart to the plate. Switch hitter will bat from the left-hand side. Tucker will step in with a 6-game hitting streak. Second time that Kratz has gone to the mound to speak to Williams. .351 batter, career with the bases loaded. Ball one.
Well, his lifetime batting average against the Milwaukee Brewers less than 200, but he has hit more home runs and driven in more runs against the Brewers than any other team.
Swing and a miss. 96-mile-per-hour heater.
You know, not that it's only 96, but it looks like it has some life to it. And I think the point that you made earlier, Jim, about the shadows and the, you know, around home plate, but the pitcher's mound in the sun, it makes it difficult to pick up the spin.
Fouled back. Had a good look at that one. Alex Blandino in the on-deck circle. Red stranded 2, an inning ago. 3 aboard, 1 out. And into right field, that's a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to hold up Suarez. And it's a 3-2 game.
Well, like everybody that's gotten base hits in this inning, not especially hit hard. A little bit in on the trademark there. But putting the ball in play, key right there, and it falls in for Barnhart.
All right, bases loaded here, still 1 out. There's at least a fly ball deep enough away from retying this game. .316 batter, pinch hitting. 6 for 19 is Blandino.
You know, with Blandino up there and being a right-handed hitter, this is where you look at the Reds roster and you realize that it's not built to win right now. They came into this ball game with the way that Jim Riggleman structured the lineup with no true left-handed hitters available. You had Barnhart, a switch hitter, and you had Billy Hamilton, a switch hitter. Hamilton doesn't give you much offense. So you really have no stud lefty to go to coming off the bench when you really need one.
That is a very good point. 1-0. Strike called. Another strike called. Williams paints the outside corner 2 times in a row.
Well, Blandino, the way he reacted to that slider right there, like he didn't even see it, I would imagine that Taylor Williams going right back to it. Very difficult to see the spin right now.
Blandino in a 1-2 hole. Swing and a miss. Blew him away with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball.
Right up the ladder, good location.
Well, now the Reds will have a left-hander up there. It's leadoff hitter Scott Schebler. Blistered one to center his last time up. It was caught, but it was a sacrifice fly RBI. Up there.
Tell you what, if Taylor Williams can get out of this inning by giving up only 1 run, it would be one heck of a job. Giving up basically 3 blue pits in the inning.
Second inning in a row in which Schebler's batted with the bases loaded.
Hit a bullet his first time.
He might need some new lumber. So test that bat. Nope. We're all right. Crowd sensing it's a big moment. Reds bidding to tie or take the lead. Schebler with more of a crouch at the plate. Here's one to the right side. Aguilar makes the play to Williams, and Williams only gives up 1. The Reds have stranded 5 the last 2 innings. 1-run game. The Sunday, July 22nd game with the Hotel Transylvania ticket package. Plus, don't miss special character appearances by Drac and Mavis. This limited edition bobblehead is only available through this offer. Packages start for as low as $20. Get yours today at reds.com/themes. The Cobra in the house. Dave Parker.
Always good to see him at the ballpark.
Yep.
He'll be there probably at the Reds Hall of Fame dinner for this year again. Well, what a fearsome hitter he was.
Wow. Only a fearsome hitter, but when you ran on him and he was in right field, you better be running fast. Cannon. New pitcher here for the Reds is David Hernandez. And he gets the task of taming Thames. The Reds have blown golden opportunities here in back-to-back innings. Still a very winnable game, trailing only by 1. One and 2 to Thames. Two balls and 2 strikes. Count holds at 2-2. Full count. And the count holds at a full count. Hernandez and Thames have never hooked up. A cool 1.63 ERA from Hernandez so far. One of the 2 offseason acquisitions for the Reds in the pen. And he walked him. Jesus Aguilar at the dish. 0 for 3 and has struck out swinging all 3 times. First pitch fastball at 94 for a strike. Tied for 5th in the National League with 54 RBIs is Aguilar. Took some off, had him out in front, and the count snowballs and 2 strikes. Talked about this in this series. This Brewers team will run, including Thames. He has 5 stolen bases in 5 attempts. Count holds at 0-2. Tapper play's going to be to first. 1 out. Thames moves up to second. Now Barnhart will join Hernandez on the mound and talk about their strategy to face Travis Shaw.
Well, they also want to make sure that they're on the right page with the sign sequence with the runner at second base. Don't want to cross up right here. That'll give the Brewers any more of an advantage.
Shadow has almost made it across the pitcher's mound, although with the pitcher, his arm probably still in the sun when he delivers. But it is just about over the pitcher's mound. But that batter's eye on fire. 0-2 pitch. Check swing, and he went, says Chad Fairchild. 2 outs.
Good at bat for Hernandez. I mean, really good at bat. The fastball set up a couple of breaking pitches, and Shaw, who normally doesn't swing at that low pitch. Not sure if he just doesn't read the pitch good with the background the way it is right now, but he goes on that one. Fairchild rings him up. And one more out before leaving that runner at second base.
Hernan Perez 1 for 3 this afternoon. Singled his first time up, reached via the air in the 6th, and that was a big error because he came around to score. And in a 1-run game, that looms large. Mendez in the driver's seat, no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Chasing way outside. 15th strikeout by Reds pitchers today.
So the 4th teenager all-time with 2 multi-homer games joins Mel Ott, Ken Griffey Jr., and Bryce Harper. Yu Darvish, more bad news. Impingement and inflammation. No timetable for his return. And Justin Smoke, a walk-off solo homer versus the Tigers. The Tigers haven't won since June 17th. Remember, they came in here. The Reds won those first 2 games. They haven't won a game since the 17th. Yikes. Gentlemen?
Well, it's a... When you're going good, this is a mighty kind game. When you're going bad, it's a cruel game. And baseball is one of those games when it's going bad, you even look lackadaisical doing it. It's just the way the game is designed.
Isn't that the truth? I mean, instead of giving the opposing pitcher a little bit of credit, you blame your hitters for whatever it is. Although you get a pitching performance like you did today from Tyler Mahle, where you strike out 12 in fewer than 6 innings. That's the kind of game that you got to take advantage of, a pitching performance like that.
Yep. And Mahle gives up 3 runs, but only 1 of which was earned, and that was the home run to Thames in the 1st. And those 12 strikeouts, most by a Reds pitcher in a single game this season, and a new career high for Mahle. It was all about damage control in the 6th for Taylor Williams. Gave up 3 hits in the inning and got out giving up only 1. So Reds have stranded 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 8 overall. Two-two pitch to Peraza. Full count. In the hole and into left field for a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Reds here in the 7th, and he represents the tying run.
A little breaking ball. They're trying to go down and away to him again. This time Williams leaves it up, and Peraza is able to find that hole between 3rd and short.
And Craig Counsell's on his way to the mound. Left-hander Mike Zagurski has been warming up. And with the lefty Votto coming up and the tying man on first, Here comes Big Mike Zagurski. Concert series, Cincinnati's own Walk the Moon will be performing a live concert from the field on Saturday, July 28th. Everyone with a ticket to the Reds game will have the chance to enjoy the show from Walk the Moon. For tickets, visit reds.com/concerts. Lefty Mike Zagurski in to face lefty Joey Votto. Zagurski was just recalled Thursday from AAA Colorado Springs. And there you see his numbers at AAA.
Well, he's been in the big leagues. He's been with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2012, going way back. He was with the Diamondbacks, where he started 13 games. Taking somewhat of a hiatus from the major leagues here, since he pitched in one game with the New York Yankees in 2013 and in 6 others with the Pirates that year.
Zagurski has actually faced Votto once. It was back in 2013 and walked him. And it's the only time that he has faced a Red. And that was with Pittsburgh, excuse me.
You know, if you think your team can contend, this is the type of pitcher that you sign to a minor league deal. You bring him into camp, you keep him down the minor leagues, and then if the need presents itself sometime through the season, you've got a veteran left-hander. I mean, he was never a great pitcher in the major leagues, but he's been in the big leagues. And just by hanging around professional baseball, he's probably learned a lot over the years. Still has a decent fastball. Going back a ways for that. I like to see that lineup the Reds ran out there that day.
Zagurski listed at 6 foot 240. He got a liberal strike call on strike number 2 to Votto. And another throw over. Peraza 14 steals and 16 attempts this season. He represents the tying run. One and two. And another Chris Welsh-esque throw over.
He's got a ways to go.
How many more does he have? About 13?
At least. This crowd not even whipped up at all yet compared to where they were at Riverfront Stadium that day.
It's 5 throws over now. 13 to go to tie Chris Welsh.
I was pitching for the home team.
Now he comes to the plate and again misses outside 2-2.
The only people cheering me that day were the concessionaires. Well, he's tried to pitch Votto away. And it's interesting because the Brewers have basically tried to pitch him in. Doesn't look like Zagurski wants to go there.
Count will stay at 2-2. just off the plate. From 0-2 to 3-2. And oh, how many times we've seen that, Joey Votto.
You know, you might say that Mike Zagurski has 9 lives. He has been released or granted free agency 8 times in his professional career.
Payoff pitch to Votto. There goes Peraza, and he walked him. Tying run now on second base. And here comes Scooter. Scooter has singled his last 2 times up, scored in the 6th. And this coming after an 0 for 10 stretch. Brewers have a righty warming up. It's Jacob Barnes. Showed bunt, but decided not to.
Boy, he's just missing off that outside corner, too. Just keeps pecking away.
Check swing and a strike. Jeanette started today with a .327 batting average, up to .330 now to lead the National League. A 1-1. Driven to left field, and Thames, and eats him up again. Peraza is going to score. On his way to third is Votto, and we're tied at 3. We saw a ball eat up Eric Thames earlier in this series in right field. This time he gets turned around in left field, fighting off the sun. And the Reds are the benefactor.
Well, the combination of the sun field and the inexperience together cost the Brewers a run, awarded the Reds the tying run as this ball goes over Thames' head after he breaks in on it. You know, the old saying about the ball will eventually find you. Never truer.
They've intentionally walked Suarez to get the winker. So Scooter delivers RBI number 54 of the season. Still nobody out, and the base is juiced. So another golden opportunity staring right down the Reds.
Yeah, you wonder how many times the Reds will be presented with bases loaded or 2 runners on base before they come up with a big hit or 2 to blow it open.
Third straight inning with bases loaded and nobody out. They got 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. It could be a whole lot more than that. But they're hoping to right that ship right now. Oh, 1 pitch in the hole, and Votto will score, and the Reds have taken the lead. Jesse Winker delivers the go-ahead RBI.
Wow, sweet swing by Winker. We saw him do this 3 times in one game down in Atlanta, where he found every hole in the infield with a sharp ground ball. And he does it here, opposite field, drives a run in. The Reds play station to station. And they've got a 1-run lead for the first time today.
RBIs in the last 20 games. And as you see, that's since moving out of the leadoff spot, out of the dugout, and to the home plate umpire, Chad Fairchild, is Craig Counsell. He will make a double switch. Bases loaded, still nobody out. 2 in the inning. Reds have taken the lead, looking for more on the other side.
All military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Reds hoping for a big inning here. They've taken the lead 4-3. Eric Sogard into the game on the double switch in left field. Moving from left field to right field is Eric Thames. And new pitcher is right-hander Jacob Barnes. And he will get Adam Duvall. Another guy with a sub-2 ERA coming out of that Brewers bullpen. Duvall's faced him 7 times. 1 for 7. Way outside. Single, walk, RBI double, intentional walk, RBI single here in the 7th for the Reds. Looking for more. Line drive, base hit. That'll score 1. They're going to wave around Suarez, and the Reds have blown it open. Still nobody out. Big 2 RBI hit. Adam Duvall, 6-3 Reds.
The Reds really needed that, and individually Adam Duvall needed it. Hit a shallow fly his last time up with bases loaded. Couldn't get a run in. This time he'll get 2 in with a solid ringing single to left field.
And here's Tucker Barnhart, who came into this game, pinch hit in the 6th, delivered an RBI single to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. One-0. Two balls and a strike. Three and one. Billy Hamilton on deck for the Reds. And that will drift out of play. Payoff pitch to Barnhart. Up the middle, base hit. They're going to hold Winker at third. Back-to-back hits for Barnhart. And again, the base is loaded and nobody out. Fifth hit of the inning for the Reds.
Now, the Brewers put it on the Reds last night in the ninth inning when they scored 5 runs after 2 were out in the inning. The Reds are on the verge of doing much more than that here in this inning.
Interesting move here, Chris. Billy Hamilton was in the on-deck circle. They've sent him to third base to pinch run for Winker, and they're going to send to the plate Michael Lorenzen.
Well, he has proven that he can swing the bat. And Billy Hamilton has proven that he can run.
Yeah. Last 4 plate appearances. How about a single, a home run, a walk, and a home run? And not to mention that it will also be a defensive replacement. Hamilton taking over for Winker at third base to pinch run and to go on defensively. One of the best hitting pitchers in the game of baseball. At the plate, bases loaded, nobody out. Last night, a missile to left. Drive, left field, did he? Grand slam home run! Michael Lorenzen is unbelievable. Touch 'em all, number 21. Fans are going to want a curtain call here. And they get it. As the smoke from the fireworks looms over the field as Michael Lorenzen does damage again with the bat.
How cool is that? Boy, he just stays right down on a pitch that Barnes throws him that floats over to the inner third of the plate. A high drive, majestic, into the sunshine and the sun splash seats in left field. Clean them all. Well, the Reds are the grand slamminest team in baseball here, aren't they?
Leading all of Major League Baseball, now with 8 of them. Wow. That'll make a manager look smart as well. We talked about the move. Pinch running Hamilton, sending up Lorenzen. Wow. Michael Lorenzen works his tail off as a hitter. And he does most of his work with assistant hitting coach Tony Jaramillo. And the first guy to greet him at the bottom of the steps, Tony Jaramillo. You see that little smile from Scooter? Scooter missed a grand slam himself. Shook his head like, dude, really?
You know, Lorenzen last night hit a home run. Then when his spot came up again in the ball game, he was pinch hit for. I'm not so sure that's going to happen again.
No.
And Jim Riggleman explained it away by saying, well, I got to worry about what my bench players are going to think about that.
Yep. And
well,
in this
maybe
case,
when he's not in the game as a pitcher, he ought to be a full-time bench player.
yeah, in that case last night, it was Adam Duvall who he sent up to pinch hit.
Boy, is that exciting.
An 8-run inning here in the 7th. Biggest inning by the Reds this season. And it's the 6th time they've had a 6+ run inning. Votto represents the 11th man to come to the plate here for the Reds. The last pinch hit grand slam by a Red, you got to go back to April 13th, 2014. Chris Heisey versus Tampa Bay. Third out of the inning, but 8 score. Michael Lorenzen. Grand salami. $12 ticket package. Receive a voucher for a free regular hot dog and a 16-ounce fountain drink. Plus, fireworks after the games each on the 3rd and 4th. It's the Great American Deal. Purchase it today at reds.com/deal. This great deal only available through this ticket package. Billy Hamilton, who came in to pinch run, stays in. He's in center. Shebler moves from center to right. And the new pitcher is right-hander Dylan Floro, and he will be gifted with a 7-run lead. And he will get Jonathan Villar, Keon Broxton, Eric Kratz in a brand new ball game. We talked about the missed opportunities by the Reds in innings 5 and 6. They made up for it in the 7th and 8th spot. Still a buzz in the air after that inning and the grand slam home run by Lorenzen. Broken bat, and Shebler's got it, 1 out. Here's Keon Broxton. So Floro, the 4th pitcher of the day for Jim Riggleman. Tyler Mahle went 5 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 of which was earned. A career-high 12 strikeouts. When you have a day like that, punching them out. He needed some run support, so he's off the hook. Kyle Crockett, the third of an inning, strikeout. David Hernandez, a clean inning, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Two-one. Check swing, look out, right into the Reds dugout. $24,640 at the yard today. A hot late afternoon, early evening, GABP. And those that are here are given a treat in the 7th. Right at Jeanette. 2 outs. Stick around after the game. We'll put a capper on this one. Expanded highlights. We'll hear from the manager before anyone else. Post-game reaction. It is Reds Live, the post-game edition. It's brought to you by Performance Kings Honda. And will be emanating from the sticky, hot, but friendly Fox Sports Ohio condominium. Two balls and a strike to Eric Kratz. Two and two. Floro. A 1-2-3 8th inning for Dylan Floro. All Reds. Scooter Jeanette. Ate up Eric Thames with an RBI double. Intentionally walked Suarez. Jesse Winker RBI single. Adam Duvall. 2 RBI single, and at that point, you're sort of satisfied with the comeback. Oh, they weren't done. Michael Lorenzen, pinch hit, grand slam, home run. 8-run 7th inning for the Reds. And a 10-3 lead as the Reds come to bat for what they hope is their final time. And they will face, moving from catcher to pitcher, Eric Kratz. And this will be the 3rd time that he has pitched in his career at the major league level.
Yeah, both the previous times haven't been all that bad at all. In fact, one time he pitched back in 2016 as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates, I believe. Maybe the Houston Astros. And he was playing in Seattle, pitched an inning, gave up a run. And then last year pitched against the Giants, pitched a scoreless inning.
Missed it by 1 batter. Votto made the last out of the 7th. Could have been Kratz v. Votto.
The last time Votto faced a catcher pitching an inning, he hit a home run.
Yeah.
That was against the Cubs, was it?
Yep. Jimenez.
Chris Jimenez, yeah. So remember, the stats count. Although some would argue, if you're going to wave the white flag like this, why not just really wave the white flag and call the ball game over? I mean, they did it in the All-Star game, right?
They did.
With Bud Selig as the commissioner at that time presiding.
Yep.
The teams ran out of pitching. Well, obviously the Milwaukee Brewers have run out of pitching.
First pitch strike to Suarez. No balls and 2 strikes.
Waiting for a fastball.
Got ahead of it. Blistered it to left, but foul. Strike 3 called.
Team man.
A generous one, but that's a 10-3 ball game strike call. And Billy Hamilton will come to the plate for the first time today. Looper, it'll fall. Shattered the bat.
Hit it like he threw it. Really hold on to his hand. Like that one stung.
He's always jabbering. It's nonstop, really. The ball's driven in 2, scored twice.
Don't you dare let that ball hit you.
He was waiting for it to break, I think, and it never broke.
I mean, take 2 steps back and give it a whale.
Three.
I mean, if you like this style of pitching, you can see a whole week of it down there in Goodyear, Arizona, if all you have to do is sign up to the Reds Fantasy Camp.
You know, Chris Welsh
throwing at 82 down there.
You know what? 82 is about where I pitched at.
I was going to say, Chris, I faced you down there, and I might be able to hit this guy at 82.
I can't remember you hitting me, though, Pick.
I can't remember that either. I do remember the orange.
Ground ball in the hole, and they're going to wave around Jeanette. Throw to the plate, not in time. 11-3 Reds. Ball gets by, both runners will move up. Third RBI of the game for Duvall. E7 on the play, allowing the runners to move up. All right, Jeff Pecora, we'll have an appointment. We'll go into the Brewers dugout or the clubhouse tomorrow, and we'll talk to Mr. Kratz about whether you could get a hit off of it. Are you up for that? Silence.
We got to get you to fantasy camp, Jim.
Well,
you know, Pick was popping off so much down there at fantasy camp that we planned a special little treat for him. So when I was pitching against his team,
Broxton has a beat on this one. And tagging up from third base is Hamilton. He will score. 12-3 Reds.
Give him an RBI. Why not? So our special treat for Jeff Pecora was that we wrapped an orange in white tape. And with a red Sharpie, we put in the seams and made it look as much like a baseball as we could.
Thank goodness
and
I hit it.
the hardest swing right down the middle that Jeff Pecora could take. And the seeds and pieces of orange were flying everywhere.
That's beautiful.
Best contact he made all week there,
Yes,
Pick.
it was. All those days in Sarasota.
Dylan Floro will take an at bat and make some contact. 12-3 Reds as we head to the ninth. Has been brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Toyota. For over 30 offers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Curtain call for Michael Lorenzen. Grand slam home run. 8th grand slam of the season for the Reds to lead the majors in that category. Dylan Floro will work his second inning here in the ninth.
I like the tweet that Jamie Ramsey, who writes a blog for the Reds, Better Off Reds, and very clever guy, said Michael Lorenzen will stay in the game and play third, short, second, first, and all the outfield positions too.
May as well. I earlier labeled Eric Thames Superman. The Reds have their own version in Michael Lorenzen.
Boy, it looks like Dylan Floro just threw that ball 130 miles an hour after watching Kratz.
In the last 5 plate appearances for Lorenzen now, single, home run, walk, home run, grand slam home run. And it was another topic of discussion in the pregame meeting with the media with Jim Riggleman. Will Michael Lorenzen get some time in the field? Down goes Arcia.
But just think about the Reds pitchers, though. In the last week, Reds pitchers have hit 4 home runs, and 2 of them are grand slams. In a week. I mean, you'd think you'd have Mike Trout pitching for the Reds. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. Could also work him in off the bench. Every day.
So the Reds will go after, unless a miracle happens here, a 4-game split tomorrow. Which, all things considered, and they hold on here, they'll be winners of 10 of their last 13. All things considered, after the way the first 2 games went, if they could pull that off, it would be a good weekend against first place team. Matt Harvey gets the ball tomorrow against righty Freddie Peralta. And all Peralta's done so far in his career, 3-0, 1.59 ERA. And last time out for Harvey, probably his best start, numbers wise, and just the way the ball was flying out of his hand. 6 2/3 innings of 1-run baseball against first place Braves. Brewers down to their final out. "17 strikeouts now by Reds pitching in this game, matches the Reds team record for a 9-inning game. How about that? Career high 12 for Malley. Crockett had a strikeout, 2 by Hernandez and 2 by Floro. Swing and a miss. And Floro puts an exclamation point on it. 18 strikeouts by Reds pitchers today. A new team record in a 9-inning game. And they did it with the bat as well. An 8-run 7th inning. And a Michael Lorenzen grand slam along the way, and a 12-3 blowout of the first place Brewers. An exciting day of baseball here at Great American Ballpark.
I'm tired, man.
And we'll be back with more in a moment.